how are you? I'm Christina Barrett and I'm 29 years old and I'm here today to talk about Louisiana and Florida. I'm originally from Florida and I moved away from Florida when I was 12. I moved to Louisiana. I moved by New Orleans and Slidell, which is across the bridge from New Orleans. Ellen is from Metairie, which is, I think, close to New Orleans. But I think it's on the island. So Florida is it's interesting when you're there. It's like a home. It depends on how your parents keep the pace of life in your house. I found my parents were good people. They were polite, respectful, interesting. It was a little different from the rest of the world. It seemed like I had all the tools I needed to succeed. I always felt people were kind of jealous of me, even though they kind of thought I wasn't that cool. Like putting me down, I guess. Saying I'm not cool, but they can still be jealous of me of something I have. So moving to Louisiana and thinking back on what it was like in Florida, it's like Florida's kind of dreamy. When you set the scene for me, it'll probably be something like in Louisiana, like Slidell. It's hard to feel like what it was like in Florida before we left. It was a really dreamy feeling. And this was northeastern Florida too. Southeastern Florida is where I'm originally from, and it's probably more of a normal place than northeastern Florida. But when I was in northeastern Florida before leaving for Louisiana, it was very nostalgic. I was a little troubled because I wasn't in a physical activity, so that made me a little bit more obese, I guess, but not very fat looking. I don't know, it just was, had a lot of things going for me, I guess, and it just kind of formed my environment, and it was just a way of living, and some things are unfortunate that make life not work out in the end. When I moved to Slidell, at first, well, honestly, I complained a lot. My mom said I complained a lot before anyway, but I complained a lot about moving because I didn't really like it for me. But after being there for a long time and meeting people from the city, I finally learned to appreciate it. They have a lot of special things I like. It has a lot of culture there. I live in Orlando now. Maybe it has a lot in common with Orlando, but I think, I mean, I didn't know this stuff in the other parts of Florida, but it seems like I wouldn't know so much if I had never lived in Slidell, Louisiana. And I've been to New Orleans. I've studied music there. It's just like, it's kind of a nice family feeling, I guess. Florida is a very friendly feeling. And I think both places are trying to see the world through Hollywood and see how it should develop and how people can communicate and come together and agree and get along and all that kind of stuff. Okay, it was nice to talk to you. Bye.